Hello, good morning dear students. In the previous sessions, we discussed about indifference curve, characteristics of indifference curve, and that topic is a very important topic. Just we go through all those very interesting things and let us try to understand the consumer's equilibrium with the help of indifference curve and Bazet line. As we all know that indifference curve which shows the combination of two commodities, various combination of two commodities which gives equal level of satisfaction. See here. So this is the indifference curve. So different combinations are there, A, B, C, D, like this. This is the first combination, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. So any combination on this curve gives him what? Equal level of satisfaction. And this is also known as iso-utility curve. Iso-utility curve, that means equal utility curve. So indifference curve is the curve which shows the combination of two commodities which gives equal level of satisfaction to a consumer. Okay, and we also studied about the Bazet line. So what is a Bazet line? A Bazet line which throw light on the budget of a particular consumer. So see here, this is OX and this is OY, and AB is the Bazet line. So he has to go through this Bazet line only because the given income is there and the prices are given. Income is limited, yes, and Bazet line which throw light on what? The limited level of income of a consumer. And what indifference curve study? The indifference curve which gives us the idea about preference. Yes, is it clear? So this is the very interesting point. The choice and priority is which we studied here, and the limited income which we studied here. Then the third question arises, how to get the maximum level of satisfaction. What is that? Maximum level of satisfaction with the help of this Bazet line and with the help of indifference curve. So ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕಲಿತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರ ರೇಖೆಯು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಒಲವು ಎಂಬ ಎರಡು ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾನೆ, ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ಯಾವ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಒಲವನ್ನು ತೋರುತ್ತಾನೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯು ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನ ಮಿತವಾದ ಆದಾಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತೃಪ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಾನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಮಿತವಾದ ಆದಾಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ವರ್ತಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯು ಆದರ್ಶ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾನೆ? ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯ ಎರಡರ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಇವೆರಡರ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಆದರ್ಶ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಎಸ್ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, just I explain what indifference curve gives us. The indifference curve which throw light on what? The preference, and that is the choice. Preference and choice of a consumer. And what Bazet line gives us? The Bazet line gives us the idea about the limited income and how with the help of limited income consumer behaves. So with these two, let us try to understand that is optimal choice of the consumer. This is the very interesting and very important topic. What is that? Optimal choice of the consumer. And this optimal choice of the consumer, that is explained with the help of diagram. Okay, what is the title? Optimal choice of the consumer. Optimal choice of the consumer. ಕನ್ನಡದೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಆದರ್ಶ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಆದರ್ಶ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ವರ್ತಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಎಸ್, so optimal choice, which is explained with the help of two important concepts. One is indifference curve and another one is budget line. And before going to study, that is optimal choice of the consumer, and the optimal choice of the consumer is explained with the help of a few important assumptions. And as we all know that economic concepts are basically based upon the interesting assumptions. And what are the important assumptions for optimal choice of the consumer? ಹೇಗೆ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ತನ್ನ ಮಿತವಾದ ಆದಾಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಒಲವು ಮತ್ತು ಆಯ್ಕೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಗರಿಷ್ಠ ಮಟ್ಟದ ತುಷ್ಟಿಗುಣವನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಾನೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಊಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗ್ರಹಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ consumer? Okay, let us try to understand. The first one, income of the consumer is given. What is that? Income of the consumer is given. Okay. Second one, consumer is rational. Consumer is rational. Third one is prices of goods and services are constant. Prices of goods and services are constant. Then consumer is aware of the indifference map. Consumer is aware of what we call indifference map. Okay. Then what is the fifth one? All goods are homogeneous and divisible. All goods are homogeneous and divisible. So these are the very interesting conditions of the optimal choice of the consumer behavior. Yes, let us see one by one. The first very important assumption is income of the consumer is given. So to attain the maximum level of satisfaction, what we assume? We have to assume that income of the consumer is given. That means it remains the same. ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನ ಆದಾಯವು ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಆದಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಗರಿಷ್ಠ ಮಟ್ಟದ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. That means income of the consumer is given. And then second one, consumer is rational. So consumer is rational means what? So normal behavior, with normal behavior. Yes, not irrational. So ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ವಿಚಾರವಂತನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. Then third one, prices of the goods and services are constant. No change in the prices of goods which we consider, and the services, the prices of services also remains the same. No change in the price of goods and services, both are constant. Then fourth one, consumer is aware of the indifference map. Consumer is aware of the indifference map. Yes, it is must and should compulsory for the consumer that to know about the indifference map. Consumer is aware of the indifference map. Yes, as we all know that consumer map which gives us clear picture about the behavior of the consumer. As the income changes, that means when he moves from one indifference curve to another indifference curve, then definitely it gives higher level of satisfaction. See here, this is the consumer map, indifference curve map. This is IC1 and this is IC2. So when we move from 1 to 2, so what it gives us? It gives us higher level of satisfaction. Therefore, consumer is aware of indifference map. Okay. Yes, dear students, prices of goods and services remains constant. ಅಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಾವು ಗಣನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಸರಕುಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ಸೇವೆಗಳ ಬೆಲೆಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿರಬಾರದು, ಅವುಗಳು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದಾಗಿ, ಸೊ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ನಕ್ಷೆಯ ಅರಿವು ಇರಬೇಕು. ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ನಕ್ಷೆಯ ಅರಿವು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು? ಸೊ ಒಂದನೆಯ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ರೇಖೆಯಿಂದ ಎರಡನೇ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ರೇಖೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯು ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ assumption. And fifth one, what? All goods and services are, that means homogeneous. All goods which we consider, they remains the same and they are divisible. Homogeneous means same. So divisible. ಎರಡನೆಯದಾಗಿ, ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ, ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ಗಣನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಕುಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಏಕರೂಪವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಅವುಗಳು ವಿಭಜಿಸಲ್ಪಡುವಂತಿರಬೇಕು. So these are the very interesting and very important assumptions which we consider while discussing about optimal choice of the consumer. Once again I will repeat. So income of the consumer is given, consumer is rational, prices of goods and services are constant, and the consumer is aware of indifference map, and all goods, and that means homogeneous, they are homogeneous and divisible. Yes, with these assumptions, let us try to explain the optimal choice of the consumer with the help of diagram. Yes, let us check here. I will draw the diagram. Let's go through the diagram very carefully. So these are the very important assumptions. Actually, this is given for 6 marks in last question bank. Yes, there is a possibility of blow up of syllabus in this year. Let us wait and watch for that is new question bank. Okay, I will draw the diagram. Yes, go through this. Try to draw in your notebook. Yes, check here. Two axes are there. One is OX, this is OY, and this is OX. Here commodity X is given, and here what? Y is given. So one budget line is given here. The name of the budget line is what? PQ. Okay, 4 indifference curves are given, and ON of commodity Y and OM of X, he or she offered. This is the indifference curve 1. This is the 2. This is 3, and this is the 4th. How many indifference curves are there? 4 are there. This is the point C. This is the B. This is the E. Okay, this is the very interesting one, A. And here it is D. Yes, check the diagram. On OX, commodity X is given, and on OY, commodity Y is given. What is this? PQ is the budget line. Okay, how many indifference curves are there? There are 4 indifference curves. Indifference curve 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yes, how many points are given here? A, B, C, D, E. And OM of Y commodity and OM of X commodity offered by a consumer. Is it clear? Then the question arises, which is the point gives him the maximum level of satisfaction. As just we explained that with the help of both indifference curve and budget line, we have to attain the maximum level of satisfaction. And one important assumptions which we consider that consumer must and should aware of the indifference map. And according to the indifference map, what we assume that when he moves from first indifference curve to second indifference curve to third indifference curve, and third to fourth, definitely he gets higher level of satisfaction. So it is the basic concept related to the indifference map. Yes, let us try to understand the optimal choice of the consumer behavior with the help of these all things. And one more interesting fact, we know that budget line which through light on the income level of budget. Yes, see here. So on OX, X commodity is given, and on OY, that is Y commodity is given. How many indifference curves are there? 4, as we know that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. See here, according to our assumption and according to our knowledge, we know that when the consumer moves from indifference curve 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, definitely, so what we assume that he gets the higher level of satisfaction. This is the first point, higher level of satisfaction. Yes, let us try to apply this concept here, whether it is working or not. See here. So the point C is given here, which is on the budget line, that is budget line is PQ, and we have to go through this budget line only. So ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯ ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಲು ನಮಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆದಾಯವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, not beyond or below. Is it clear? See here, point C is here. Yes, which is on the indifference curve first. It is tangent to, that is PQ budget line. Yes, C is the point which is tangent to, that is budget line. Okay, but it is on the indifference curve 1, so it is not possible. Come to this point B. So point B, which is not tangent to budget line. C is tangent to budget line. Yes, C is tangent to budget line. C ಯು ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಗೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ರೇಖೆ ಒಂದರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ರೇಖೆಯ ಎರಡನೇ ರೇಖೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಮೂರನೆಯ ರೇಖೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯು ಸಿಗುವಂತಿದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ he moves to this, that is point B. Okay, check here. Point B, which is not tangent to budget line. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯ ಕೆಳಗಿದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯತ್ತ ಸಾಗಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ, which is not tangent to budget line. Come to this point, which is point E. Yes, it is a tangent to budget line, that is PQ. So PQ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಈ ಬಿಂದುವು ಸೊ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯನ್ನ ಸಂಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆಯ ಒಂದರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ. E is also on indifference curve 1, C is also on indifference curve 1, and B, it is not the exact point because it is not tangent to budget line. So discard these three. So E is tangent, yes, but these three are on indifference curve 1. Yes, is it clear? So C, B, E, these all are on indifference curve 1. So it is not possible. Yes, check here. So point A is given here. Point A is given here, and point A is a tangent to budget line PQ. A ಬಿಂದುವು ಸೊ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯಾದ PQ ಗೆ ಸಂಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು A ಬಿಂದುವು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆ ಎರಡರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ A is the point which is a tangent to PQ budget line and which is on indifference curve 2. And as we all know that when we move from indifference curve first to second definitely will get higher level of satisfaction. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆಯ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಾವು ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಮೂರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ನಾಲ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯು ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆ. Yes, dear students, point D is given here. Point D is given here, which is on, that is higher level of indifference curve, that is it is on indifference curve 4. So ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಡಿ ಬಿಂದುವು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆ 4ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ಈ ಡಿ ಬಿಂದುವು ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ಹೊಂದುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆದಾಯಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆದಾಯ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಡಿ ಬಿಂದುವಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ indifference curve 4, that it gives definitely higher level of satisfaction, but we assume that the income is given and we have to go through that level of income only, and our income line which through light on what? PQ budget line, and we have to stick up the assumptions given. Yes, so we have to go through this budget line only, so it is not possible here, not affordable. D is not affordable, and B, it is also not possible because there is a possibility to move towards our budget line. Is it clear? So A is the point where the consumer gets, that is maximum level of satisfaction. A ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೃಪ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಾನೆ ಎಂದು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಎ ಬಿಂದುವು ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಎರಡನೆಯ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರ ರೇಖೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. Yes, so this is about optimal choice of consumer behavior. ಅನುಭೋಗಿಯೊಬ್ಬನ ಆದರ್ಶ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯು ಎ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ, ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಎ ಬಿಂದುವು ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆಯ 2ರ ಮೇಲಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆಯನ್ನ ಎ ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಎಸ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಮಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ consumer behavior. And one more interesting point, so this concept, indifference curve concept is very important comparing to that is cardinal analysis. Why the importance is given to indifference analysis? What are the basic points which through light on the indifference curve is superior? That means ordinal concept is superior and cardinal concept is not superior. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಮುಖ್ಯ ವಿಧಾನಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಒಂದು ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಸೂಚಕ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉದ್ಭವಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಯಾವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ? ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್? That is, importance is given to ordinal analysis. Yes, dear students, 4 points are there which throw light on the importance of ordinal analysis. Let us see here. They are also very interesting because economics is very important subject. Yes, what they are? The first point, it dispenses with the assumptions of measurability. Yes, it dispenses with the assumption of what? Measurability. And second one, it studied more than one commodity at a time. It studies more than one commodity. More than one commodity at a time. does not assume constancy of money. It does not assume constancy of money. And fourth one, it segregates income effect from substitution effect. It segregates income effect from substitution effect. Fourth is very interesting. It segregates income effect from substitution effect. Yes, because of these points, the analysis of ordinal method is very important. The first one, it dispenses with the assumption of measurability. Yes, in cardinal approach, what we studied about that utility can be measured. It can be measured in cardinal numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Utility can be measured. But in ordinal analysis, so this measurement of utility, that is discarded. So it dispenses with the assumption of measurability. Second one, it studied more than one commodity at a time. While discussing about cardinal analysis, we consider only one commodity. Yes, remind the session of, that is, law of diminishing marginal utility. When discussing law of diminishing marginal utility, so I gave the example of peda. When a consumer consumes the first peda, second peda, third peda, like that. So we consider only one commodity. But here we consider two commodities. One is on X and another one is on Y. This is very interesting. It studied more than one commodity at a time. And third one, it does not assume constancy of money. What it means, constancy of money? As we move from first indifference curve to second indifference curve, second to third, third to fourth, means what it indicates? Higher the income, higher will be the satisfaction. Lower the income and lower will be the satisfaction. So it totally neglects the constancy of money, as we assumed in, that is, cardinal analysis. Okay. Then fourth one, it segregates income effect and substitution effect. Definitely, it segregates income effect and substitution effect. These both are very interesting and both are different. When we move from C to E, this is what? This is the nothing but that is substitution effect. So either this combination or this combination. So when we move from E to A, that means this curve to this curve. What it indicates that? It indicates that higher level of income. So definitely it segregates that income effect and substitution effect. That is why the ordinal approach is very, very important from the economic point of view. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಸಂಖ್ಯಾ ಸೂಚಕಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಾವು ಸ್ಥಾನ ದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಂತಹ ತುಷ್ಟಿಗುಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ತುಷ್ಟಿಗುಣವನ್ನು ಅಳೆಯಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಲವು ಮತ್ತು ಆಯ್ಕೆಗೆ ಮಹತ್ವ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡನೆಯದಾಗಿ, ಒಂದೇ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೈ. ಸೊ ತುಷ್ಟಿಗುಣವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಸೂಚಕದ ವಿಧಾನದಿಂದ ಕಲಿಯಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಮೂರನೆಯದಾಗಿ, ಹಣದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಅಥವಾ ಆದಾಯವು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂದು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾವಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆ 1ರಿಂದ ನಾವು 2ಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಾಯ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ರೇಖೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಆದಾಯ ಈ ಔದಾಸೀನ್ಯ ವಕ್ರರೇಖೆ ವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಹಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ, ಈ ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನವು ಆದಾಯ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಬದಲಿಕೆಯ ಸರಕುಗಳ ಬದಲಿಕೆಯ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಇವೆರಡರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬೇರ್ಪಡಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಸ್ಥಾನದರ್ಶಕ ವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಷಯದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಮಹತ್ವ ಇದೆ. ಎಸ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, so this is about what? This is about optimal choice of consumer behavior, and why the importance is given to ordinal approach that is given here. Is it clear? Once again I will repeat the concept and will end the session. Yes, this is about what? Optimal choice of the consumer, which is the best choice for consumer. So with given limited income, PQ is the budget line and 4 curves are there and 5 points are given here. ON of Y commodity and OM of X commodity here are C consumer, and C and B is E on, that is indifference curve first. So it means it is not that is important. That means there is a possibility to get higher level of satisfaction at point A, which is tangent to PQ line and which is on indifference curve 2. Is it clear? So go through this very interesting point. Yes, dear students, whatever we completed in last sessions, please go through all YouTube videos, and very interesting and important topics which we discussed. And the next topic is very important, that is about demand. Yes, go through these all important topics. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಮಹಾಮಾರಿಯು ಅತಿ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹಬ್ಬುತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. Yes, my dear students, please stay home, stay happy and take care. Let us see in the next session the concept of the very interesting factor, that is demand. Stay happy.